Did you know that just 1 teaspoon of cinnamon a day could help you take control of type 2 diabetes and even reverse insulin resistance, naturally and safely? Hi friends, and welcome back to Healthy Aging with Nutrition. Today, we'll talk about the top 5 cinnamon benefits that could support diabetes nutrition, protect your heart, and even restore nerve health. You'll also learn which type of cinnamon spice is best because not all cinnamon is created equal. Now, I know managing diabetes can be confusing, especially with so much conflicting information out there. But don't worry, I'll walk you through every step with easy-to-understand science and practical tips for your diabetic diet. Be sure to like this video and subscribe so you never miss expert guidance on senior health and healthy aging. So how can this humble spice make such a powerful impact on your health? Let's dive into the 5 amazing benefits of cinnamon, especially for seniors managing diabetes. Benefit 1: improves blood sugar control. A friend of mine in her 70s started using just a teaspoon of cinnamon every morning, and the results surprised even her doctor. She used Ceylon cinnamon, stirring it into her tea or oatmeal. Within a few weeks, her energy levels improved, and her usual afternoon fatigue started to fade. But what truly surprised her doctor was her next blood test. Her fasting blood sugar had dropped nearly 20 points. It was a small, consistent habit that led to a big change. The most well-known and perhaps most impressive effect of cinnamon for diabetes is its ability to lower blood sugar. As we age, especially past 60, our cells naturally become less responsive to insulin. This condition is called insulin resistance, and it makes it harder for your body to move sugar from the bloodstream into your cells. That's why blood sugar remains high, even when you're eating well or taking medication. But cinnamon can help change that. It contains an active compound called cinnamaldehyde, which improves the way insulin functions at a cellular level. In simple terms, it helps your body use insulin more efficiently, so glucose enters the cells instead of building up in your bloodstream. And according to the Mayo Clinic, some studies show cinnamon can reduce blood sugar by 10 to 29%, depending on the amount and form used. That's a meaningful improvement for anyone trying to manage type 2 diabetes, especially older adults aiming to reduce medication dependence. Stick with Ceylon cinnamon, also called true cinnamon, instead of cassia. Ceylon contains less coumarin, a natural compound that may harm the liver in high doses, especially in older adults or those on medications. So just 1 teaspoon a day might not just sweeten your breakfast, it could sweeten your next lab results too. But cinnamon's power doesn't stop at blood sugar. Did you know it may also protect one of your body's most silent but vital organs? Benefit 2: supports kidney health. Your kidneys filter about 50 gallons of blood every single day. But when blood sugar stays high for too long, as it often does in type 2 diabetes, those hard-working filters get damaged. Over time, this leads to diabetic nephropathy, or kidney disease, which affects nearly 1 in 3 adults with diabetes, according to the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases. The good news? Cinnamon benefits extend beyond blood sugar. It's also a powerful antioxidant that helps fight the damage caused by high glucose levels. When sugar levels are elevated, the body creates more free radicals, which cause oxidative stress, basically, internal rusting that wears down organs like the kidneys. Cinnamon, especially Ceylon cinnamon, helps neutralize these free radicals. Research from the American Journal of Kidney Diseases has shown that antioxidants can slow the progression of kidney disease in patients with diabetes by reducing inflammation and improving blood filtration rates. A study published in the Journal of Traditional and Complementary Medicine found that diabetic rats treated with cinnamon extract showed improved kidney function and reduced tissue damage, suggesting promising results for humans as well. Do you know someone who developed kidney problems from type 2 diabetes? What helped them most in managing it? Let's talk about it in the comments. Keeping your kidneys healthy means you're protecting your whole system, because when the kidneys go down, everything else follows. But cinnamon isn't done yet. Let's talk about the root issue behind diabetes, insulin resistance, and how cinnamon helps you fight it head-on. Benefit 3. Fights insulin resistance. When we talk about type 2 diabetes, one word comes up again and again: insulin resistance. And for seniors, this condition is a major roadblock to achieving stable blood sugar control, even with medication. So here's where the magic of cinnamon comes in. Insulin resistance means your body still produces insulin, but your cells don't listen to it. It's like your body keeps knocking on the door, but the cells won't open up. This causes sugar to pile up in the bloodstream, leading to fatigue, blurred vision, nerve damage, and more. Ceylon cinnamon has been shown to make cells more sensitive to insulin, which means your body needs less of it to manage blood sugar. A randomized controlled trial in diabetes care found that participants who took 1 to 6 grams of cinnamon daily for 40 days experienced reduced insulin resistance, as well as improvements in fasting glucose and cholesterol. According to Dr. Richard Anderson from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, cinnamon makes insulin work more efficiently by helping to activate insulin receptors. With cinnamon's support, it's like finally finding the key that unlocks the sugar gate and keeps your energy flowing all day. And speaking of flow, when blood doesn't flow well, nerves suffer. Could cinnamon help soothe diabetic nerve pain, too? Let's find out. Benefit 4. Helps reduce nerve damage and neuropathy. These symptoms are signs of diabetic neuropathy, a type of nerve damage caused by high blood sugar. According to the National Institute on Aging, nearly 50% of people with diabetes over age 60 experience some form of nerve pain or numbness, often starting in the toes or fingers. Let me tell you about George, a retired school principal from Arizona. At 72, George had been managing type 2 diabetes for over 15 years. He followed his medication plan and avoided sugary snacks, but he still struggled with tingling, burning feet, especially at night. After reading about the benefits of cinnamon, George started adding half a teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon to his evening herbal tea. He also spoke with his doctor, who gave the green light to try it as part of his diabetic diet. After 6 weeks, George noticed something surprising. The nightly burning in his feet had reduced in intensity, and he could finally sleep better. While cinnamon wasn't a cure, it became a helpful part of his larger diabetes management plan. When blood sugar stays high, it damages the tiny blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to your nerves. Cinnamon's anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting effects may help slow this damage and support nerve repair over time. According to the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, JAGS, natural compounds like cinnamaldehyde can reduce inflammation in nerve pathways, and may even support regeneration in damaged tissues. If you found a small change that made a big difference with diabetic nerve pain, don't keep it to yourself. Someone else reading this might really need that tip. Now let's talk about another silent victim of high blood sugar, your precious eyesight. Benefit 5. Protects eyesight and reduces inflammation. Many people focus on blood sugar and forget about one thing diabetes silently steals: your vision. According to the CDC, diabetes is the #1 cause of blindness in adults over 60. Chronic high blood sugar leads to retinopathy, glaucoma, and cataracts, and the risk increases with age. Cinnamon's anti-inflammatory powers help protect tiny blood vessels in your eyes from damage. These capillaries are especially vulnerable to sugar spikes. Researchers from the Journal of Diabetes Research found that cinnamon improves microvascular function, meaning it helps keep small blood vessels, like those in the retina, healthy. Linda, a 68-year-old retired nurse, noticed her vision becoming cloudy and strained when reading. Her ophthalmologist diagnosed her with early-stage diabetic retinopathy. Alongside her treatment plan, she began including cinnamon in her smoothies 3 times a week. Over time, her blood sugar stabilized, and at her 6-month follow-up, the disease had not progressed. While not a cure, her doctor credited her lifestyle improvements as a key reason. Cinnamon alone isn't a miracle, but it can be a valuable part of a diabetic diet designed for senior health and healthy aging. What lifestyle changes have you made to protect your vision? Share your story below. Your advice could brighten someone else's future. A clearer vision of health isn't just possible, it's protectable, 1 teaspoon at a time. Now that you know what cinnamon can do, how do you actually use it safely and make the most of its benefits? How to use cinnamon safely. So far, we've covered the top cinnamon benefits for diabetes, from improving insulin sensitivity to protecting your nerves, kidneys, and vision. But how do you actually use it safely and effectively? Let's break it down. 1. Recommended amount. For most adults, including seniors, the ideal dosage is about 1/2 to 1 teaspoon, 1 to 2 grams, of Ceylon cinnamon per day. This amount has been shown in studies like the one published in Diabetes Care, to provide meaningful effects without overloading the body with compounds like coumarin, which can harm the liver in high amounts. 2. Ceylon versus cassia cinnamon. This part's important. Not all cinnamon is created equal. The kind most commonly sold in grocery stores is cassia cinnamon, which contains much higher levels of coumarin. If you're using cinnamon regularly for diabetes management, choose Ceylon cinnamon, sometimes labeled as true cinnamon. It's milder in taste and safer for long-term use. 3. You can take cinnamon, in the morning, mixed into oatmeal or tea. Before meals, to help reduce the post-meal blood sugar spike. In capsule form, if you prefer convenience, look for standardized Ceylon cinnamon, 500 to 1000 milligrams. Always check with your primary care doctor or endocrinologist, especially if you're taking insulin or glucose-lowering medications. Cinnamon may enhance these effects, and you don't want your blood sugar dropping too low. Warning signs to watch for: if you notice dizziness, extreme fatigue, or unusually low blood sugar readings, scale back your cinnamon intake and speak to your healthcare provider. It's natural, but it still has real effects. Let's quickly recap the 5 key cinnamon benefits for insulin resistance and diabetes. 1. Improves blood sugar control, by helping insulin work more efficiently. 2. Protects kidney health, by reducing inflammation and oxidative stress. 3. Fights insulin resistance, so your body can use sugar properly again. 4. Reduces diabetic nerve damage, by supporting circulation and healing. 5. Protects eyesight, by shielding tiny blood vessels from sugar damage. If you're living with type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance, or just want to stay one step ahead in your 60s and beyond, cinnamon might be the simple, natural support you've been looking for. But remember, Ceylon cinnamon is the safest option. And consistency matters more than large doses. A little every day, combined with smart lifestyle changes, can have a big impact over time. Now, what should you avoid? Don't rely on cinnamon alone while ignoring other parts of your diabetic diet. Don't exceed the recommended dose, more isn't always better. And most importantly, Don't skip medical checkups just because you're using something natural. There's still time to protect your kidneys, nerves, and vision and to feel more in control of your health. You've made it this far in life. Why not give your body a little more support? If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel Healthy Aging with Nutrition. And please, share this video with a friend or family member who's managing diabetes. You might just change their life. Before you go, I'd love to know, what's one food or habit that's helped you feel stronger with diabetes? Let's keep this community encouraging, informed, and full of good ideas.